Hey, I'm Nick from SaaS Onboarding, and in this video we're going to see how Slack onboards its users. Okay, so here we are in the homepage. Now the first thing I want to point out is that from the beginning, from when they launched a few years ago, Slack really differentiated itself from the competition by having these fun, vibrant, informal branding and personality. And this really helps in onboarding users because people will not feel Slack as another, boring and corporate tool where you work and you have to work with your colleagues on something that maybe you don't like. They really do add a little bit of fun in your day. So now in the last few years, other SaaS companies have gone through that way by giving a more informal and colorful personality and branding. But Slack was really one of the first examples, especially by applying that to something as simple as a chat-based collaboration platform. That was one of the things that really differentiated Slack from the competition. Now, you can see all over the place, you can see in the color they're using, the color palette is really different from what you can see usually, with that corporate blue or other stuff like that. Now, there are 3 pages that I want to see. This is the home page, then we're gonna see 2 other pages, and then we will try and use Slack. Now, let's see the copy here in the home page. What you can see is that, as many other SaaS companies are doing right now, they are, changing a little bit their copy, trying to adapt to the current work from home situation. And they just do this, by putting this simple copy here, work from home, and then the main copy says, Slack brings the team together wherever you are. With all your communication and tools in one place, remote teams will stay productive no matter where you're working from. So this really resonates with someone, could be me, that really wants to be a little bit more productive with his team, and they will tell you straight away what the product will do. I also like that they're putting faces here, so I'm feeling home. For some reason, these people are similar to me. Okay, I already feel that I can use this tool and I can bring my team on. What's a little bit strange is this copy right here, breakout of the inbox. I'm saying it's a little bit strange because when Slack started a few years ago, they really positioned themselves from the start as the email killer. And I'm seeing right now that they're still keeping that kind of positioning. Once you click and see the video, I'm not gonna run it now, they will explain a little bit more why email doesn't work, especially in big companies, and why Slack is a good solution to that. Then there are a few key points here. I usually don't read the test here. I usually just read, just the little title over there. And then there is this second part where they say make the change to channels, and they say shared channels bring companies together. Now, again, probably it's a little bit too early, since we are in the home page, to kind of push this channel feature. Remember, one of the best things you can do in order to improve your onboarding process is to try and view your website and your product from the point of view of the users, and try and make them successful. While here, probably this channels thing is again too feature oriented and not enough, oriented toward the success of the final user. What I prefer is this copy right here. Productive teamwork happens in channels. Organize spaces for everything related to a project, topic, or team. And here they say, now, channels can help you work as closely with external partners and clients as you do with teams down the hall. Then there is some social proof, of course. There are some big logos. This will help me understand that, if Airbnb, Oracle, Target, or Autodesk are using it, probably my small team, my small companies can use Slack as well. And then there is some marketing content here. Now the other page is this one, which is the learn more, the one you get when you click on learn more, which is basically the same page. So I'm guessing they're using this as a landing page for their paid campaigns. As you see, the copy is the same. The image here is basically the same as well. I like that the people also are still there. I can see that it's good for remote working. Now, this is the kind of copy that I like. Stay productive and aligned with your team. Connect with everyone, even when they're not in the same room. Can you notice the difference between the channels part that I was mentioning before and this part when they're telling you how you will be successful, what the benefits will be for you? This is the key, okay? And then so okay, again, the pages are pretty similar. I can also preview the product itself here. I like these animated images. I honestly would put this kind of copy in the main homepage. And then there is another page which is Why Slack. If we click here, doesn't work. If we click, oh no, okay. Features. Okay, this page is completely different. I can preview the product and the copy is different. The collaboration software that moves work forward, and I can put my email here and get started. What do we see here? See how work gets done in Slack. So there is a video content. Slack brings all your communication together. Organized conversations, searchable history, your tools and services. So I guess they're also, using these as a landing page for their paid advertising campaign. So let's get back to the home page. Okay, so let's try the product. I will click here, of course. And now I am on a new page and I want to show you a few things. First of all, I like the use of white space. It's simple, it's clean. The navigation is gone. I can just either create a new workspace or sign into Slack. So if my team is already on Slack, I will go there and find the workspace. Otherwise, if I am the internal champion of the company, so the one that is trying and promotes the use of Slack inside the company, I will go for the first option. Now, let's read a little bit this box here. Try Slack with your team for free. So I know that it's something that I can use with my team, obviously. I know that I can try it, so I'm not signing anything, and I know that it's free. Okay, this is cool. Now, the thing that I'm not sure about is this workspace thing, because as you saw in the home page and in the other pages that we saw before, there was no mention of workspaces. Obviously, they're putting this, let's do it like this. They're putting this little bit of an explanation here. What's a Slack workspace? Each company that uses Slack has a workspace of their own. It's where all of their conversation and files are kept, and it can only be joined by invitation. Now, probably they could have, shortened up a little bit this part and put it here. I'm not sure about how useful this image is because it doesn't really help in understanding what workspace are. Probably it's useful and it's been used by the Slack team to just try and keep the focus there a little bit more. But probably it was good to mention workspaces before. But let's say that I just understood what workspaces are, and let's go on. Okay, it's time to create my account. Now, as you can see, this looks pretty standard. They're asking for my name, email address, and password. However, up until a few months ago, and I'm really thinking about 2 or 3 months ago, in order to sign up to Slack, you only had to put your email. And that was cool because it was, eliminating a little bit of friction in the sign-up process. So you just had to put the email, then you had a confirmation email, and then you could go on and then put your email, and then put your name and password once you were in. But it's nothing crazy here. Let's go and see how this page goes. So again, The page is really clean, a lot of white space, the Slack logo, there is no navigation because they really want to, funnel me into creating my my account. Maybe this copy here is a little bit redundant. First, creating your account. Okay, Nick. Email is Nick SaaS Onboarding. This is the one I use to do these breakdowns videos. And then let's put the slide. Okay, now before we go on, just a little detail. I usually just check no thanks when companies ask if they can send tips, news, and offers. It's a little bit strange to have it here because it's a little bit too early in their relationship for me to decide to subscribe basically to the Slack newsletter. I still am in the phase where I'm deciding if Slack is for me and my team, so I don't want to receive further stuff. Let's create an account. My email. Okay. So I got their email, and I like the fact that the confirmation code is already in the subject of my email, so I don't have to open it. Let's just open it anyway, but I like that I don't even have to open, and I can, just straight away wait for the email and then go on. Okay, I'm inside. So what's the name of your company and team? This is really simple, and you can see a few things. The interface is super clean. I'm not overwhelmed with 1,000 options. I can see that the process will just be 3 steps, and I'm at the beginning, and they're asking me for the name of my company or the team. They're putting some example, but they're also putting this little copy here that says, from tiny teams to entire companies, everyone can use Slack. Start with the people you work with every day. You can always expand and change this name later. So it really made me feel, relaxed about the fact that, first of all, it's the product I was looking for because I have a small company. I don't have a huge company. Probably, I suspect that for a huge company, this is not even the onboarding process because probably they have a sales force that goes after those companies and onboard their users. But anyway, so this is me. This is okay for me. And they're also saying start with the people you work with every day. Okay, you can always expand and change his name later. So even if I'm putting something that is not, that is not the best thing now, I can always change this later. So let's put the SaaS Studio. Let's just put SaaS Onboarding. Onboarding Studio, and I go next. And as you can see, as I'm typing, the name of the company is appearing here. And there's a little comment here, looks sharp. So that's really, again, I'm feeling that I am progressing. I'm going in the direction that I want. Next. What would you like to use Slack for first? Choose a few. We'll use these to help you get up and running in Slack. I'm working on a project. And I would say sharing ideas. I always have a lot of ideas, and unfortunately for my, partner and teammates, stay connected. Yeah, cool. So for each of them, as I'm clicking them, Slack is creating the channels. And now, if I am clicking here, I can also change the name. Okay, project. Let's say I have already an ongoing project, client SaaS UX, okay. I can also skip this step, however, but I choose to go, and they say channels keep your conversation organized. They give each project, topic, and team a dedicated space for messages and files. Okay, perfect. So I have created the name of the company. So this will be the workspace of the company. Probably this would have been a little label here saying workspace. As they're putting here the label for channels would have been useful. Anyway, okay, next. What do you want to use Slack with? Okay, so now we have to invite some people. Now I can skip this step. but I can also, again, put some email and start inviting my teammates. Now, the only thing, it's very clear and it's very simple. The only thing is that right now, so far, I haven't started using Slack itself, okay? So I don't exactly know how Slack will look like and what will ask me to do and what will ask my teammates to do. So maybe I'm a little bit skeptic right now in inviting my team. So I'm just gonna skip this step and see what happens if I'm not inviting them. Of course, if I will put in some email, okay, so let's put my own email, the main button here will activate, but again, let's skip this because I want to explore a little bit more my product, my workspace, sorry. Okay, perfect. So I have the workspace. I can add people here. I will see the files here, and here I have all the channels. And now I have a welcome channel that I didn't have, and they say we went ahead and added one more channel, this one, as a place for you and your teammates to say hello. So I can just say hello everyone, and just click. Of course, it will be pretty useless because there is no one else in the room. At the beginning, as you probably know, Slack used to have this Slack bot, and they were phenomenal because you can already have a conversation, even if it was not, of course, a real person, it was just a bot, but you can have a sense and a feeling of how the workflow in Slack happens. For some reason, they have removed this part. That was really helpful in onboarding people and making people successful and making them a little bit more confident that that's the way the product works. There are also some other tips that they give you. Add your teammates or see a few tips. Let's get in one of the channels. Okay, so I'm in the channel and there are a few tips that Slack is giving me, like share project file. Probably I want that do it here and wouldn't do in this phase because first, probably I want to chat just with someone to understand if everything goes according to what I was expecting. So I will try and click this. Okay, now, so this is a little bit surprising because, I don't think it's very useful to take people outside the product itself, especially in this moment in my onboarding process. So, and it's a little bit distracting. It's really taking me to another page where I should read this part, but it's not a long page, but it's still probably too much for me to read right now. However, again, this is the same link. Ask a question. Of course, I can go and just type this. What's everyone working on? Even if I haven't added people yet, I am already understanding how the product works. I like this tip about asking question, because it will give you something to start using the chat. So this will be the main channel, let's say. Okay, so now I'm confident because I'm understanding how the product works, and probably right now I'm ready to invite some people. So I'm clicking here, invite people to SaaS Onboarding Studio, workspace, okay, email address, name is optional. I like that the name is optional. Most of the time, I don't need to, I know the name of my teammates and the email is already enough. So let's put in my own thing. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I love that it's speaking the name and surname from the email that I put. And then let's see my other thing. Okay, cool. And I can send the notification here, send the invitation, or I can even send an invite link. Just, I will take it, probably I have my teammates on WhatsApp or another tool, and I can share that link. I also like that they are showing you past invites. Sometimes you, especially if you have a larger team, you don't know exactly who you invited and what's the state of that invitation. I will send the invitation. You can set SaaS Onboarding Studio to allow automatic sign up for anyone with a confirmed email address. That's cool. That's a really useful thing that will make me, save a little bit of time. Saving and done. Perfect. So I already see the people, as you can see, I already see the people appearing here. Let's just pretend that these are my teammates' name. And so when I click here, it's telling me that, of course, my teammate it's not here, and it's saying Nicola Borghi hasn't signed in yet, but you can leave a message. For when they do. So I don't know what they say for when they do, but next you could say hello. Okay, hello, waiting for you. So now I'm confident and I understand how the product works. I will probably just go on. I just saw this, skip tutorials, okay. I like that they're also, picking the image. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit safer now that I understood the product. So now let's wrap it up. It's pretty hard to create a good onboarding process, especially when your SaaS product requires you to invite other people in order to use the product itself. However, Slack does a very good job in making the first user understand what the main features are and how the product works from the beginning. So I love the onboarding process of Slack, but please bring the Slack bot back.